Ngayon, i-discuss natin ang Module 5 ng MIL or Media and Information Literacy. So, ito yung kanyang module. So, sa Module 5, meron itong isang lesson lang. Lesson 5 ng Module 5 is Media. Ang title ng Lesson 5 is Media or Types of Media. So, ito yung parts ng module. Okay. So, ito na yung lesson 5, types of media. So, what I need to know? So, ito yung dapat nyong malaman. At the end of this video, so at the end of this module, you should be able to compare and contrast how one issue or news is presented through different types of media. So, malalaman nyo kung ano yung kaibahan ng mga different types of media. Okay? So, meron tayong idea, media, merong internet, radio, magazine, newspaper, and television. So, ito yung idea niya. So, sa pretest, meron tayong pretest. Pero, unfortunately, may sagot na ito. Dapat kasi wala itong sagot. Wala ito, mga ganito. Dapat blanco ito sila. Pero may sagot na eh. So, proceed tayo. So, what's in? So, in the previous module, we learned about the evolution of traditional media to new media. So, last video, diniscuss natin yung evolution. First, nagaling sila sa paggamit ng bato, pag-ukit ng bato, hanggang naimbento yung papel, hanggang naimbento yung parang recording machine, hanggang naging TV, hanggang gumamit na tayo ng computer. So, evolution of traditional to the new media. Okay? So, dito sa activity 1, arrange the scrambled letters to identify the correct media types. Write your answer on the space provided. So, ito mga scrambled letters, hulaan nyo kung anong klaseng media ito. So, sa number 1, tingin nyo. Think it's newspaper. Number 2, I think it's television. Number 3 naman ay ang internet. 4, radio. And number 5 is magazine. Okay? So, what's new? So, examine carefully the messages reflected in the picture below. The Holocaust. So, ito yung Holocaust, no? Pero, yung Holocaust ay nangyari noong World War II. Pero sa question nito, how did the people know about the bubonic plague during this time? So, yung bubonic plague ay nangyari noong 15th century, medieval times, no? So, how did the people know about the pandemic, the plague, during this time? Kasi noong panahon, merong sakit o susakit na namamatay yung mga tao. So, tanong dito, paano daw nalaman ng mga tao about sa bubonic plague sa panahon ito, no? How did the people know? So, isulat yun dyan yung sagot mo. So, sa number 2 question, if this would happen today, what platform would people receive the news or information regarding the said pandemic? So, if may bubonic plague ngayon, paano natin malalaman ito? So, it's very obvious, no? By the use of internet, radio, TV, and so on. So, ilagay nyo dyan yung sagot niyo. Noon, siguro, by the use of layman, sa pagsasabi. So, by the use of written and verbal form. Dito naman, by the use of internet, radio, TV. Okay? Explain nyo lang dyan yung mga sagot niyo. Dito, ito yung rubric kung paano ninyo sinagot yung questions doon sa taas, no? So, meron kayong observation, meron kayong 4 points, understanding, thinking, inquiry, and application. Ito yung magiging basehan natin kung paano niyo sinagot yung 2 questions sa taas. Okay? So, what is it? So, types of media. So, meron tayong types of media. So the term news media refers to the groups that communicate information and news to people. So it's very obvious na yung media refers to the groups that communicate information and news to people. So as noted, the majority of the people obtain information from the news media. So the increasing reliance on this media has encouraged media outlets to respond to such demands of the time by making the news available through television and internet. So at this develops the three main types of news media emerge. So meron na tayong tatlong types. Three types of media. Number one is printed media. Number two is broadcast media. And the last is the internet. Okay, that is the three types of news media. So number one is printed media. So very basic, no? Kasi, okay, just wait. Printed media. So ito yung number one sa types of news media, printed media. So this print media include newspaper, magazine, journals, newsletters, and other printed materials will serve as the oldest media form. So ito yung gamit natin noon, no? Papel, gamit ng papel, ito yung tinatawag na print media. Okay? Nilalagay natin yung information sa papel. So ito yung mga examples niya, newspaper, magazine, journals, newsletters, and so on. Okay? So, the newspaper of record. So, the New York Times is known as the newspaper of record due to its history of excellence and influence. If a story is not in the Times, it is not important. So, in 2003, however, the newspaper lost its popularity and credibility when Times journalist Jason Blair admitted that he had fabricated some of his stories. So, hence, some readers have lost trust in the paper. So it is very important na malaman natin kung ang sinusulat sa printed media ay bias or fake news. So dapat kahit na sikat, no, kagaya nito, sikat yung The New York Times, sikat yan sa Amerika. Pero nawala yung kanilang pagkasikat dahil sa nalaman nila na ang isang journalist no, or writer na si Jason Blair ay nagsabi na nagfa-fabricate siya o umiimbento siya, nagdadagdag siya o kumukuha siya ng impormasyon at nilalagay niya sa kanyang mga story na nilalagay sa newspaper. So, dapat alam natin na kung paano magtingin kung fake news o hindi fake news. Kasi uso na yan ngayon. So, ikalawa naman ang broadcast media sa type. There are three types sa first, yung kanina sa printed media. Ikalawa yung broadcast media. So, sa broadcast media are news reports broadcast via radio and television. So, ginagamitan ng broadcast media ng radio at saka yung television. So, ito yung broadcast media. So, television news is considered as vital in every country. So, most people largely rely in getting their news from television broadcast than from any other sources. So, kahit dito sa Pilipinas, tayo pa rin, no, ay kahit meron ng internet, kadalasan yung mga tao ay, of course, tumitingin ng television at nakikinig ng radio. Kasi, especially doon sa malalayong lugar, walang television, walang internet, radio yung ginagamit nila. At meron din, sometimes walang yung mga medyo tama-tama lang, walang ka-provide ng internet, television lang. So, meron din ganyan, no? So, still, ito ay yung ikalawang type of news media, no? Broadcast media. Gamit ang radio at saka yung television. So, sa television news broadcasting is the medium of broadcasting of various news, events, and other information via television, radio, or internet in the field of broadcast journalism. So the content is usually either produced locally in a radio studio or in or television studio newsroom. So sa reporting nila, sa kanilang pagre-report ng news, meron itong tinatawag na studio newsroom or by the broadcast network. So meron silang malaking gusali o meron silang isang room na kung saan sila ay nakakapag-record ng kanilang mga palabas, no? So meron silang tinatawag na weather forecast, sport coverage, traffic reports, yun yung kadalasan content, no? Sinasabi nila sa kanilang report or news. Okay, so meron ding radio news, no? Radio is other type of broadcast media. So before the advent of television, wala pa yung television, radio pa yung nauna. So ito yung kadalasan ginagamit ng unang mga tao, no? Yung hindi pa uso yung TV. Kahit ngayon, no, sa mga medyo malayo sa bukirin, gumagamit pa rin ng radio as a form of communication. Kasi easy lang kasi ang radio. Meron ka lang battery, meron ka lang radio, masagap mo na yung FM at saka yung AM frequency. So, hindi ka pa rin huli sa balita. So, meron tayong talk radio. So, since the 1980s, talk radio has emerged as a major force in broadcasting. So, it has a radio format in which the hosts mix interviews with political commentary. So, as a result, many talk radio shows are highly partisan. So, sa talk radio, so inimbitahan yung mga example, yung mga politicians na magsabi, yung mga expert na pumunta sa kanilang radio station at magsabi ng anong kanilang gusto, no? Mga projects nila, so expertise nila. So kadalasan, no, sa radio station, meron tong tinatawag na partisan. Meron silang sometimes, no, na napipilian ng mga tao, o mga politician or experts. So sometimes, no, meron ganyan. So may bias. Pero hindi lahat. Kaya the internet. So ito yung ikatatlong news media natin, news media outlet. So relying on online sources of news instead of traditional print and broadcast. So meron na tayong use of internet which gains popularity among individuals. So lahat tayo halos internet na ang ginagamit, especially sa urban, no, sa mga syudad. So ito yung internet, no. So the web also permits for a more interactive approach by allowing people to personally tailor the news they receive via personalized web portals, news groups, podcasts, and RSS feed. So with the use of internet, mas marami tayong magagawa at saka interactive siya. Meaning sa interactive, pwede kang magtanong, mag-comment, pwede kang makabusisi. Unlike sa traditional media like TV and newspaper na yun na, no, one-way communication. Compared dito is interactive approach. Marami pwede kang makipag-interact, no? So, mas maganda talaga yung internet. So, meron din tayong web blogs. No? Web blogs, so blogs have become very influential since the start of the 21st century. So, yung mga web blogs, no? Iba yung vlogs at saka yung blogs, ha? Yung vlogs, VLOGS, ang vlogs ay yung video vlogs, no? Video vlogs, na video gaya na sa YouTube, yung tinatawag yung vlogs. Ang vlog naman yung words lang, no? Parang isang article, no, sa internet. That is a blog. Okay? So, film, cinema. So, ito yung the term film is commonly applied to movies. Ito yung mga film. So, isa rin ito sa mga news media, no? And video games and digital games. So the term film is commonly applied to movies of an artistic or educational nature. Hence, it is not expected to have a broad commercial appeal kasi likhang isip lang ito, no? Hindi talaga ito totoo yung mga nasa cinema, yung nasa movie. Hindi talaga yun talaga yung nangyari. Enacting lang ito, no, yung sa film and cinema. Meron din tayong video games digital games. So they refer to various interactive games played using a specialized electronic gaming device or a computer or mobile devices and a television or other display screen, along with a means to control a graphic images. So Mobile Legends, example lang ito ng digital game or ng media. So what's more, so meron tayong activity 3. Identify the types of media shown in the table below. So mark, check if it is broadcast media, printed media, film media, and new media. So sulat nyo lang, i-check lang. So mark, check ito. So number 1, wish ko lang aired in channel 7. Ano yan? So it's obvious na broadcast media ito. Kasi channel 7 eh. And hanggang sa number 10. So, lagay nyo lang yung answer nyo dito sa malinis na papel. Okay? So, what I have learned. So, I hope you've learned this, no? You've learned something. So, how do you differentiate types of media affect your life? So, sulat na lang dito. So, as what you have learned in media, what can you contribute to your family, school, and community? So, meron na kayong alam sa media, ano yung pwede nyong i-contribute sa society? So, what I can do? So, ano yung magagawa ninyo? With the use of coloring materials, pentel pen, pencil, and short band paper, make a poster. So, showing the effects of media in your life. Example ito. Facebook, kumakain ng orasan. So, nakakaubos talaga ng oras ang social media, especially ang Facebook. So, gumuhit kayo ng ganito, no, napapahiwatig ng effects of media in your life. Ano yung epekto ng media sa buhay ninyo? So, ito yung summary. Ito yung summary niya. So, may definition. So, ito yun. Okay? Discuss na natin yun kanina. So, that's it. Meron tayong post-test. Multiple choice. Lagay nyo lang yung sagot nyo dito sa malinis na papel. So, meron tayong 10 items multiple choice. Okay? So, to download this module, you just click the link below. If you have some question, just comment below and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for listening.